for those that don't know, John Gruden, the coach of the Raiders, was fired, quit the other day. Because some emails came out where he was going on some like racist, homophobic type rants. But the reason I wanted to chime in was because I'm a little angry. So when the story first came out, it was he got caught. It was one email he got caught with. He was talking about the president of the Players Association, DeMar Smith, and he had said in that email he was like he called him dumb Boris Smith has lips the size of Michelin tires.
Ooh.
So this is a black man he's talking about. So when that first came out,
Jesus Christ,
it was all like, oh, cool. He came out, apologized. Oh, I'm not a racist. People was backing him up. It was all the talk on the sports shows was, oh, he's not gonna get fired. He wasn't working for the league at the time. Blah 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 blah. More emails come out where he's talking about the commissioner. He's talking about women. Talking about the LGBTQ community.
Wow.
And then he was fired. So the reason that I'm a little angry is because when it first came out and he was just talking about a black man, everything was all good. Like, and it kind of goes back to like how the country, how mainstream society looks at black people. Like, you can say whatever and it's cool. Like you get a pass. It just made me angry. Like, and it goes back to, just as a disclaimer, these are my thoughts. These are not the Benjamin Dixon Show thoughts, but just relating it to like all the other stuff we've seen over the last couple years. Like when there was the shooting of the salons in Atlanta, the Asian community came out strong. And 2 weeks later, there was anti-Asian hate bills. There was all of these things. Black people been getting shit on, been getting killed forever. Where them bills at? You know what I mean? Like it's partly I'm mad at the country and how we're seen, but I'm also mad at us as black people. Like we don't come together the way we need to force change. So that's it.
I that's a lot. That's not just it. That's a lot because you said a lot of things. I think that's the first thing that I felt too when I heard about this whole situation and the fact that it took this one email from years ago. They were like, oh, yeah. But when it started, these other marginalized groups started getting attacked the email started coming out about them. It's now, let's highlight. Now, one thing I think that people don't understand, and I think this is for there's a lot of situations that are coming out right now, including Dave Chappelle, all of that. A lot of people don't understand that marginalized groups also include, like, we're a marginalized people, right? And we are part of marginalized groups. Like black folks is part of the LGBT, whatever. But when it's something just about black folks only, like it's almost like, just another day, another ER, and that's it. Yes. Like nobody really cares, and that's it. But when it's other marginalized groups that people really picture, like LGBTQ and that trans people and all this can only be like white people or whatever, and they're just like marginalized and they're stressed and this and that. I don't know why that's a societal view, but that shouldn't be a societal norm. Like black folks are also a part of this group. So when he was talking about them too, it like you talking about black folks too. But I do understand though, Dwayne, when that Asian hate bill came out, it made me look at America crazy even more, right? Can that be possible? Yes, it can. When that Asian bill came out, when we have this Black Asian woman, Kamala Harris, who is in office, and she just said the week prior that America isn't racist, turns around and helps like literally catapult this Asian hate bill when black folks have yet to have any bill at all that protects us. At that level. And so, and not to say that there should be any hate towards any marginalized groups, any minorities, any nothing, right? Because of your color, your sexuality, anything. But something about when it's black folks, it's at the bottom of the important list. And that's it's not a problem when it's black folks.
Yeah. And
somebody said the best, we can't even get lynching outlawed because it's still not outlawed yet. Let's be honest.
And like you said, it's not to diminish the struggle of any other marginalized group. I know that I see people saying that the Asian crime bill, hate bill, doesn't do anything. There was no bill, but it still got something done. Whether it was just for show or not. You know what I mean? It was a week later. It's actually, things are happening. So
yeah. I get it. It's very stressful having to see this all the time, especially when it comes to us. And we see this in sports, right? We see this in with regular people at their regular jobs and how they function, right? We see when it's Black people have been treated like crap in these sports worlds. But now, because when this stuff comes out to the light in the email, I bet you on a regular day, nothing would have came of this. Like you said, nothing would have came of this. Not a thing would have come of this. It would have just been, he's suspended with pay. And he'll be in the background, literally still making money on his yacht after he just literally called the people that he represents, or the people that he's supposed to be representing, these teams and these people that he's supposed to be leading, ERs, all kinds of names, derogatory stuff.
It wasn't going to be a thing at all. It was going to be no discipline. And these emails were from 7+ years ago. So how long? They doing an investigation into Washington for something else, and it came out now. But people have known about these emails, known about who this man was for years. He still got a job, and to say in the NFL where the majority of the players are Black, you making your money off of these off the backs of these Black guys, but yeah, we can call the Players Association president, say he got lips like Michelin tires, and that's cool.
Who says that? That just gives
who says that?
That is really racist. That means that his family. If somebody's saying that means his whole family is that old money racist, the big White House racist, Savannah, Georgia.
Come on.
That is very disrespectful. Who pulls that up in an email 7 years ago talking about somebody got lips like Michelin tire? That is disrespectful. It's giving. He's probably. I don't like it. I don't like that there's so many places that are supposed to be represented. And this is when the diversity and inclusion comes out. Diversity and inclusion comes right in. Now we're going to see, a Black person all of a sudden working closely with him. His assistant may be Black now because he learned his lesson, and now he has a Black employee working close with him, so he can't be racist. There is no way that he can be racist. And this is why I know I know that y'all, I don't want to work for no corporations. I don't want to work for these big people. I don't want to do that because they don't like us. They had to have no rules set in place for when we're talked to in this way, unless what happens maybe takes over social media, or it's about a marginalized group outside of a Black person. If the Black person is part of this marginalized group, but if that marginalized group, kind of like feminism, right? When Black women are saying, hey, we're being raped, we're being da-da-da-da, like the Me Too movement that was created by Tarana Burke, a Black woman. And when she was saying Me Too and about women being raped, it wasn't that much of a big deal. But I think it was when it was Rose McGowan, a white woman who brought it to light. And when they started talking about Harvey Weinstein, white women talking about Me Too, it became this big deal now. Now the situation is important. Now they're going out and going after people. So even in these movement spaces, we see that same thing. And it's just it's crazy when the marginalized group is also Black. We don't care about that. We don't really care about their issues. But when a white marginalized group or other marginalized group speaks out, they do get protection. That's all I really have to say. And then I'll leave you with this one. Immigration, right? We see how the Black immigrants were treated at the border. They're Black immigrants. So we saw that they're going to be on the bottom of the totem pole, because when we think of immigration, we think, okay, Hispanics. We think of the recent people from, Afghanistan, Airbnb swept in, even though they do, not saying that they do not get mistreated. They get mistreated in this country. They look at anybody from the Middle East as terrorists when they come into this country. But we see the difference in how, when the marginalized group is Black, what they get treated as. Go home. Do not come. That's what Kamala said, right? Do not come. They get whipped, and then, we're getting told that that's just protocol. That's how they do things. They're getting treated like slaves, right? That's what we see when these marginalized groups are also Black. It's crazy. They just don't get, it's like they deserve. That's just kind of how they do it. They deserve. And this is because we live in America. America, literally, who really got people believing that our skin color makes us inferior and we do not deserve any respect. I sound like this is some stuff from back in the day, but I'm literally speaking on things that are happening today. Just like you pointed out, Dwayne, these emails that came out from a minute ago, they would have never talked about that, because it's normal. It's normal to talk about Black people that way. It's normal.
Yeah.
And that is sad. I'm tired of this country.
I'm sick of it. That's what we'll say. Sick of it.
Sick of it. What y'all gonna tell me? Go back to Haiti? Y'all over there messing it up too. It's just I'm tired. I am tired. I'm tired. I want to be able to say I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. But I ain't free. We're not free. We are not free. I know if Dr. Carl Mack was here, he'd be like, now, we got to change the way we're thinking.
No, hold on, Queen. Hold on, Queen.
Queen is
Dr. Matt. Hold on, Queen. Hold on, Queen.
But I'm dead serious. With this kind of with America's leadership, and I ain't even talking about the president. I'm talking about even in other places, like people that own sports companies, where we make them the most money, where we're making corporations the most money, where we're helping out so much of the world's growth. This country was built off of the back of Black slaves, right? Stolen from indigenous people, right? But yet we're the furthest from being protected or being free or being treated with respect.